Aber allemaal goed, allemaal goed. Ja, inderdaad. Alles zo zien.
Oké, metų atgal Arlio fotografijos festivalyje buvome su keliais žmonėmis iš sąjungos ir pažiūrėjome parodą Rein Jelle Terpstros šitą Laidotuvių traukinio parodą ir pagalvojau tada, kad kaip būtų smagu šitą autorių atsivežti į fotografijos simpoziumą Nidoje ir pašnekėti apie darbą su archyvu ir ką tai gali pavirsti ir kaip tai gali išsinterpretuoti. Ir Arms to Nida, from Nida to Vilnius and to Fuško.
Ačiū.
Ačiū, very correct, very correct.
Well, I couldn't understand one word what the film said, but I suppose he introduced me. Again, my name is Rein Jelle Terpstra, and for many years I worked on this Robert F. Kennedy funeral train project, which is an ongoing project. In short, again, I'm not sure what you said, but I will shortly repeat it. In 1968, on June 8, the Robert F. Kennedy funeral train rode from New York City to Washington, D.C., carrying the assassinated Robert F. Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy was running for president at that time, and he was assassinated in a hotel in Los Angeles. He was transported in a funeral train, and Robert F. Kennedy was a huge symbol of hope. He was much involved in the civil rights, in social equality, and many people thought he would be president of the United States, and then he got assassinated by Rein. I decided to go after the photographs and the home movies people took. So actually I tried to reverse the gaze. By the way, if people would like to sit, there are chairs. Eh?
Yeah,
I hear that people would like to sit.
But I think we can maybe move to
That's fine.
hall.
Okay.
If everybody feel comfortable, we can talk here. I don't know.
Well,
we all can decide.
Not only loss of a person, but also loss of an era, loss of hope maybe. And the other question I asked myself, put all these images together, maybe add something to a collective memory of a part of the American history. So with these questions I started. The first thing I did, I reached out to historical societies, libraries, archives, local and national, trying to, and I called them, explain what I was looking for, that I looked for not the official press photography, but from images taken by the people themselves. But no one had a clue, no one knew what I was talking about. Maybe because of my English, I don't know, but they said, we don't know what you want. And this thing, I found some photos on the way. This is a little announcement that didn't work, but
It didn't work.
No, it didn't
Nobody
work. No. I paid a lot of money for this small thumbnail in a local newspaper, but no one responded. So
you already had some image of the train.
Sorry?
You already had the image of the train, or they just put it by themselves?
I cannot recall. Well, another part of the exhibition. What you see several things. Maybe let's start with the wall installation. What you see here is a train line. What is depicted is the train line from New York City to Washington, D.C. And it's kind of up to that, or New Jersey, and all little places. Here is an interesting story. I knew that somewhere upstate New York there was a man living in a trailer, and he had a photo album. Somehow I knew it. I can't recall why, but I visited him 300 miles, and I stayed the afternoon in his trailer. But within 2 months I will go to the United States again, partly for teaching at the Hunter Art College, but I will also combine it with my research.
Continue.
Yes.
So sometimes it means that if the line is longer, you can position more images and be more detailed in the line.
Yeah, and I feel there are some spots open.
Yeah.
I want to.
And what about that video?
Yes.
Which
we
is
can go
video
to
and photographs and words.
Yeah. And he opened the garage door, and we were allowed to go in after filling out some forms. And that was hugely packed with things. And but he knew where he was to film, and he packed out things. And within 5 minutes, he gave me a package like there's one in the showcase table, with the film of the funeral train on it. And I interviewed him. I really would ask you, please listen to his story, see his film. What he filmed was quite exceptional. When he was 60 years old, he was filming in Elton. He did it in a way that no one did before. He filmed the waiting. He filmed the nothingness. He filmed people who were just standing there. He was the only one who filmed that time, because normally Super 8 film is quite expensive. So people put on the camera when the train passed by, and then 5 minutes later they stopped. So I had a lot of small clips, but not 4 minutes, just building up the crowd and people waiting. And I interviewed him, and he was a wonderful storyteller. I would really, it would be really great if you could listen to his story. And so the film is exactly how he filmed it, and I added a bit of his story to make it fit. And after he gave me the film, I digitized it, and then he passed away. So he was, after this 45 years or so, he was never able to see his film again. But during a lecture in the United States, in the audience, his son was present. And I showed the film with his father's voice, and later after the talk he came to me with tears, crying, saying, "Oh, thank you." And I said, "No, I have to thank you, because your father did a really wonderful job." So that is, the last part of the story. And I answered to your question.
Then you answered.